Good evening, everyone. Today, I and my group members, Mitali Rajpal, Yukta Vishnani, and Nikita Dayani, are here to present this PPT on the topic hospitality and hotel industry. So, next slide. So, here comes hospitality industry. What is it? Hospitality has dozens of different definitions, but it can be broken down to the act of making someone feel welcomed, usually through entertainment or comfort. So, what is the hospitality industry? It includes many businesses that fall under this large umbrella, such as hotels, motels, resorts, restaurants, theme parks, and much more. The goal of the hospitality industry is to provide customers with an enjoyable experience, whether that enjoyment comes from eating a good meal or it comes from relaxing in a luxurious spa or getting a good night's rest away from home. Making sure each individual guest is taken care of its paramount. Now, next slide, please. Now comes the classification of hospitality industry. There are three main hotels. First, I like to mention the lodging, the shelter which will keep them safe from the atrocities of nature. This results in people booking lodges and rooms for their stay. Then there are also suites apart from general lodges to stay. Hotel sector offers luxury suites for the stay at well. Then there comes resorts, the third type of accommodation which is popular amongst travelers and are resorts. These bring you close to nature and give you necessary break from your normal routines. Now comes restaurants. Now, management is a science which is being taught in colleges these days with proper skills to manage a restaurant. You can manage food, beverages, and maintain a quality representation of food so that customers will come and eat at your place again and again. Now we'll talk about travel and tourism. What is it? Travel and tourism industry is a vast sector of the hospitality industry with severe key players across the globe. Most of them include trains, airlines, cruises, ships, and several crew members in their services. On the whole, the players in the travel and tourism segments are in the business of moving people from one destination to another. Now, I would like to, now my teammate will continue.
Okay, so here comes the hotel sector. Now, what is the meaning of hotel? Hotel is basically a kind of place where we get various services like accommodations, meals, recreational services. So basically, it is a kind of monetary service that we acquire when we need to refresh ourselves, when we go outside and have to find a place to stay in or get something to eat. So yeah, it is the most common type of services. It is very popular nowadays and have many advanced services. Prior, it was meant to gain the accommodations and meal services, but nowadays it has improved itself and become a huge industry and provides services like spa, swimming pools, etc. So according to Bardi, he provided the definition of hotel in 2000 year. Bardi was the author of Hotel Front Office Management. So he provided the definition like hotel is a business that usually provides an accommodation and services, which may include reservations, suites, personal services, wallet, public dining and banquet facilities, especially shops, housekeeping services, concierge or laundry. Yeah. So next slide, please. Now comes the hotels classification. So there are many categories in which the hotels are bifurcated. So first come the based on size. According to the size or the lettable rooms capacity, it is divided. It has small, medium, large, very large, basically. Next is based on stars. So based on in the star category, there are up to 7-star rating of the hotels. Next is based on location and clientele. So location and clientele are basically the atmosphere nearby the hotel, what kind of environment it is providing. So based on it, it has many categories like hotels, motels, botels, etc. Next is based on ownership. So based on ownership, like by whom it is owned, the entire management or the ownership right are given to whom. So it has independent ownership, chain, contract, franchisee, condominiums, etc. Now, next is based on services. What kind of services or what level of services it is providing? So basically, there are also some categories like luxurious services it is providing, or the budgeted services, expensive, extra expensive. Now, next is based on stay duration. So based on stay duration, it has commercial hotels, transient hotels, apartment hotels, extended stay hotels, which now many of us may not know, but hotels not only provide the stay duration for a week or a month, but it also provides a longer stay like 6 months or a year. Now coming to the next slide, please. So yeah, coming to the next slide, the classifications we will see in detail now. So based on size, according to size, as I told, it is the lettable rooms capacity. So in small category, the capacity of the rooms does not exceed to 25 guest rooms. Now next is medium. In this category, the rooms ranges between the 26 to 100, like it can have up to 100 rooms. Now next is large. Large room hotels basically have the rooms range between the 101 to 300, 200. Yeah. Now last is the very large. It can have a room limit up to their will, like from 300 to their will. So yeah, it was based on size. Now based on star. So first we will see what the star basically have significance in the hotel industry. So star in the hotel industry is the indicator for the utility and the level of services that they are providing. So based on star, we can rate the hotels, or the hotels ratings go ups and downs, like 1 star hotel, 2 star hotel, 5, 7. It has the rating up to 7 now, but in the coming few time, it will go up to 10 star. Yeah. So I would like to provide an example of a maximum rooms capacity hotel. It is like First World Plaza Hotel in Malaysia, which has 7,350 rooms. And based on star, the 7-star hotel, which is in India, it is the palace, or which is like Taj Palace, which has the 7-star rating in India. Yeah. So next slide will be continued by my friend. Thank you.
So I hope I'm visible. So based on location and clientele, extremely sorry. Yeah, based on location and clientele. So here we have a few categories. That is, the first we have here is flotels. That is, flotels are basically can be said as those kind of hotels which generally floats on the water. These kind of hotels are designed to so that these can float on the surface of water. The example we can have here is definitely a cruise. Then second we have here is hotels. These kind of hotels are particularly designed to run on the wheels. That is, we can give here the example of Deccan Ocean Train. That it's a kind of train where you can stay, and it runs on the wheels. Next here comes is boutique hotels. These are the kind of hotels which serves a theme-based amenities, and also the guests uh, that are being accommodated in these kind of hotels are being given a personal touch. Well, these are kind of medium size hotels which which do not have more rooms than 100. Then we come here. Then we have here is suite hotels. Um these kind of hotels can be said as that these kind of hotels are being provided. provide a small house type structure in one single room, and that room is known as suite. In the suite, a we have a living area. We have more than one room, and definitely kitchen can also be provided in some kind of suite hotels. Next, we have here is bed and breakfast hotels. In these kind of hotels, lodging facility is there, and gen- and the breakfast is being provided to the guest for and the breakfast is being definitely provided to the guest. And these kind of hotels are most suited for the resident peoples and the large families. Also, um, these kind of hotels provide the room for overnight purposes. Next, we have here is casino hotels. Casino hotels are those hotels which provide you the facility with the facility of some entertainment through gambling, games, and extravagant shows. Not various different kind of performance we can also see in these kind of hotels. Next, we have here is conference centers. Conference centers, that is, room designed to conduct professional meeting and are equipped with all the meeting tools. Means these kind of hotels are generally for the business purposes, so that the businessmen can come over there and have a meeting which they want to conduct. So next category here we have is a downtown hotel. Downtown hotels are considered are the ones who are located nearby the city's center, and usually all the high class people or the upscale guests would like to visit to these kind of hotels. These are basically this kind of hotel is designed particularly for the business clientele, and indefinitely due to its design for the business clientele, this the price of these kind of hotels are quite high. So the next category for the clientele purpose we have is suburban hotel. These kind of hotels are a little bit far away from the city center and almost located nearby to the outskirts of the city, and therefore they are a bit cheaper than the downtown hotels. And these are not considered for the business purposes; these are for the general purposes. Next, we have here is resort. Resort is a kind of hotel which we generally see. Um, Resort is a kind of hotel which we generally see nearby the beaches or mountains or the lakeside. Uh, well, nowadays we also see resorts in the city areas where the resort um where the hotel owners are trying to bring the nature nearby to the people. Next, we have here is airport hotels. Airport hotel is nothing different, but the slight difference that we have here in airport hotel is just that these are the hotels created nearby the airports, and people find it very convenient to just, as they have landed from the flight and they just have to go and have their room. This these are the these hotels are being built only for this purpose, so that this can be constructed nearby the hotels, and the first landed people can just uh, come over to these kind of hotels. These are for the stopover passengers also. Next, we have here is motels located along highways to offer modest lodging services. Well, motels are nothing else but they just provide you the lodging facilities. That is, they won't provide you with any kind of amenities or fooding services, but they will only provide you with a room where you can have your personal space, and you can rest when you're tired. Okay, so next slide here is based on ownership and based on duration. First, let us see what based on ownership. Well, hotels are also being classified on the basis of ownership. The first classification we have here is independent hotel. So these kind of hotels are the one which are independent, obviously. Sorry, and they do not have any kind of contract with or tied up or tie up with any other hotel or with any other group. We can say these they work on their own independently. Next is management contracts. uh, we have seen so many examples where the owner of the hotel does not pay much attention towards the management of the hotel. He keeps one person to he appoints one person to keep a check on that hotel, to take care all the requirements of that particular hotel. So this kind of hotel can be said as the management contract between the owner and the operator. Operators are assigned full responsibility to manage the hotel. Next here we have is franchise. Obviously, we all know the franchise meaning of franchise. It's basically as the chain group agreement between the parent hotel to any other operator to use the same trademark or use the same name. As if I have if like example I can give here is a hotel name with Radisson we can see in Gwalior, and with this and the hotel with same name we can see in some other city also, for say Indore. Next, here we have is referral groups. Now, referral groups are something can be said as more for the up class or upgrade people, because these are quite expensive, and definitely as they're expensive, they have luxury. Referral group is a group of people, can be said as group of people or association of people which has purchased some particular hotel, means independent hotel amalgamated for common purpose purposes, with consistent service and provision provided. These are quite independent hotels, but being working as they work as independent also, and they also work in the team whenever required in groups. Next we have here is condominiums purchased by a second home, also known as a lettable property hotels. Well, these kind of hotels can be said as are suited for the person who frequently visits a hotel and room, and they just let it for some time period. These kind of hotels are being letted for some time period by the guest. So now let us move on to the durations. Okay. Commercial hotels stay for a day or a week. Commercial hotels are generally for the person who just want to stay for a few days or maybe for a week. Then comes the transit hotels, hotels to take break during or before any journey. These kind of hotels are those hotels where you want to take some break when you are when you're moving on you're on a journey to somewhere, someplace, and you want to take some rest. So with only a bed facility, I can say these are the hotels which provide you the bed service or lodging service for some particular time, for the time you want to take rest. Next is semi-residence. Semi-resident hotels, semi-residents are the person where it's a duration where the guest stays maybe for some week or maybe a month or 2 months. Then comes the apartment or residentials. If a guest wants to stay at a particular place for say a period of half year or on the yearly base, then uh, he must have the apartment and residential he must have the apartment and residential facility of that particular hotel. Various hotel provides these kind of facilities. And next we have here is extended stay hotels. Include guests for staying for longer period and having home-like atmosphere and amenities. Well, these kind of hotels are being they provide a proper home-like structure to the guests and the big families, where they have kitchen, where they have garden areas, where they have all the personal amenities and luxuries they can enjoy. So yeah, that's it from my side, and now further will be continued from by my friend. You may start, Nikita.
Okay, so now based on services, the classification is as follows. First is high range hotels. So basically, high range hotels have big rooms. Usually, a customer have to pay high prices for an high range hotels. There are many lots and lots of amenities which are being given to in customers. There is 24 hours facility also available. Then comes extraordinary services. It consists of mid-range hotels. When we talk about the mid-range hotel, so it's a combination of comfort and value of money. It's they are quite affordable, and their rooms are usually big than the budgeted hotels. And there are many facilities, many amenities which are being given um, to a customer. Then comes essentially equipped. It consists of a budgeted hotel. When we talk about the budgeted hotel, so it provides minimum amenities to an customer. For extra amenities, you have to pay extra in some cases. And the rooms, they usually provide a room which is safe, which have some sort of basic where the basic needs of an customer can be fulfilled. Then comes types of services. When we talk about the types of services, first is essentials. Um, when we talk about the essentials, it consists of meals, entertainment, laundry, and loading. And when we talk about the extraordinary, it consists of gym, salon, for women's special areas, swimming, there in the hotel. And then comes highly luxurious. When we talk about highly luxurious, there are cinemas, there are clubs, there are even cab facilities given to the customer, and many more amenities given to the customer. Next slide. Okay, now comes types of room. So first is single room. So single room is for one person, one or more person having a single bed. When you talk about the double room, so in a double room, it's for two people having a single bed. Then comes double double. It's for so this room actually have two beds, and it is for 2 to 4 people. Then comes a twin room. So twin room consists of two beds that are queen sized, not king. And in that, it is for generally two people. When we talk about the suite, so suite is a room where there is a living room, and it's been connected to a bedroom. And suite can be classified as a junior suite and presidential suite. When you talk about the mini suite, so in mini suite, there is a room that has been connected to a living room, normal, keeping it normal. Then comes the presidential suite. So presidential suite basically is a suite which is really big, and usually a hotel only have one presidential suite. And there are lots and lots of amenities that is being given to the customer there in the presidential suite. Then comes interconnecting. So interconnecting is a room where two rooms are being interconnected, having a single door, and having a balcony. And moreover there are separate washrooms, and another and other amenities. Then comes adjoining. So adjoining is a room where two rooms are being separated by a single wall, and there is no door connecting them. Then comes duplex. When you talk about a duplex, it's a kind of room where on one floor there is one room, and on the another floor there is another. Usually these two rooms are connected. Then comes cabana and lanai. So cabana and lanai are the kinds of room where they are usually in front of an swimming pool or a beach. So rooms are facing towards the beach and swimming pool. Next. Mitali, continue.
Yeah. So here we can see the market share of hotel industries in India, like what the market capture of various hotels in India. So the market share is basically divided by some hotels, that is ITC hotels, Indian hotels, IAH, Mahindra, Oriental hotels, the Taj. These are the top gained market share hotels in India. Also, there are some hotels which are categorized in others, which usually have a lower market share in India. So the highest market share is like 30%, 20%, 17%, and the lowest goes to 3%, 2%. Yeah. So this was all about the hotel industries and the hospitality industries in India. So yeah, thank you so much for having us.